when we get these sorts of shootings, when we have these sorts of issues that go on, people, the most degenerate, disgusting people, will start to crawl out of the woodwork to justify literal murder at all costs. You saw this with the Trayvon Martin shooting. The only thing was, and they went, oh, Zimmerman, all we have is his testimony. We have no clue what happened. He could have been right. And very, very curious how the only other person who was there to witness what happened is dead. I don't know what happened that night. No one does either, besides Zimmerman himself. And he got away. Right, he lives a pretty terrible life now, thankfully. But he got away. We have a video of what happened. We have lots of evidence that has like come dripping out over the last couple, while. And people are still doing the exact same song and dance. They're crawling out of the woodwork to try and justify murder for the laughs, right? I don't know what else these people want besides just like to see minorities die. And that's sad. But one of the people who are doing this, the classic names are doing this, the Crowders, the Shapiros, the Molyneux, the Tim Pools, the Dim Tools, all of these people are going to try to say, make up a lot of stuff to say that, oh, this guy, I remember back in 7th grade, we got a note from a 7th grade teacher that he never did his homework. So was he really that, chill, dog. One of the people who's put a lot of effort into trying to spin a narrative of trying to believe that this person's life was forfeit due to some weird actions that they may have done in their past. In this specific scenario, is Atheism-Is-Unstoppable. I've almost never heard of this man before in my entire life. He's one of those cringy relics from the anti-SJW skeptosphere days where he uses the really weird avatar in a suit. This time the avatar is also in a suit. He also blinks. So please try your best not to look at the kangaroo. It's really off-putting at all points in time. But he also has apparently what seems to be the ball sack of an African elephant stitched over his face. So I have no clue what's going on here. He's really weird. But what's more important than his absolute cringiness is his outright racism, right? I was looking for some videos to talk about on stream the other night because I did want to do a little stream. I have some time off of work. I'm at home at the moment. So I decided I want to pump out a couple more streams, talk to my chat, because I love you all. And go over a couple of topics that I've been, having to put off. And I found this video. I accidentally stumbled upon this video and I was distraught. It was crazy. Not only is it an hour long, this is the most like outright racism that I've ever seen from someone who doth protest that they are definitely not racist. It's incredible to me what this man has gone through. I'm not sure where the TOS stands on watching a guy get shot to death, but I'm going to assume that I cannot show it on Twitch. So we skipped past this part. As you can see, we've gone to 12 minutes in the video. We've gone to 12 minutes in the video because he just went over all of the information that I think most people would know. Aubrey was out and about. The assailants chased after him in a truck. He was shot. He died. He just finished watching the video. We're not going to see any more of the video from the segment that we're going to watch here. I am absolutely not going to watch this 1 hour video. I care about myself and everybody else who stumbles upon this chat a little bit more than that, to expose them to such radioactive stupidity. But we're going to go over this part. And to give a little bit of context of what's going on here is he just showed Ahmaud Arbery falling over dead in the middle of the street after having a hole blown through his chest with a shotgun, and he's now going to compare it to a Wile E. Coyote skit, unironically. Here we go.
I mean, all of this is like Wile E. Coyote.
Whoa. Here we go. We're going to slow it down a little bit.
just ran off the cliff and is just waiting to discover that there's no ground underneath him. Okay, and so there you have it. Now, let's speak to our Facebook friends. How should I rephrase this?
So that was incredibly distasteful. Can you even imagine like the disrespect to a person just shot dead in the middle of the street? Oh, look, a Wile E. Coyote skit. Look at him. Look at his dead body wriggle around until he falls to the ground. Wow, dude. Incredible. So much for the tolerant right.
Let me speak to my family, if my family was watching this. Or how about, what's another way to phrase this? Women. Let me speak to you as if you are a woman watching this.
Oh, mind you, he's actually incredibly misogynistic as well. I had no clue, but until I watched this video. But what he thinks about women is also kind of sketch. But we're gonna moonwalk past that at the very moment because we have more things to talk about.
No.
Oh, also we hate women here. I'm tolerant. Thank you, Devil Dog. I know you're tolerant. I love you.
I realize that there are some men that embody the same characteristics as women. We affectionately refer to them as pussies, but we understand there's different nature, there's different biological impulses. A lot of women have a lot of empathy. A lot of that empathy is misfiring. Doesn't know what to do. I just watched a man get killed. Why are we talking in like angry tones? Shouldn't we be sad? Okay, women. I am sad that a man is dead. I am against death.
Yeah, I bet you are, bud.
Oh, women, women, oh, women. I sympathize with the family members.
Also, apparently being sensitive to people getting gunned down in the street is now like a feminine trait. Apparently. I don't know about any of you guys if you like to watch innocent people be tortured to death or something. Me if you enjoy that like old Roman gladiator style combat, I personally don't like to watch it. Maybe that just makes me a beta male. I'm not sure.
I think of their pain. I think of a young man's life that is now wasted.
I love this
Death
virtue
is
signaling.
horrible. Murder is terrible. Why did that man shoot him? I am angry. We should send flowers. I hate violence. Blood scares me. I don't want anyone to die. Now let's go get a glass of wine and take a nap. Okay? Now that I've satiated that section of the crowd, I will remind you, we don't know this man, we don't know his family. For us to speak on any sort of emotional level is a ridiculous performative bullshit act. No one buys it. Thousands of people die every day. I don't give a shit that you saw the footage of this one. You need to get a grip and understand that you are being highly and ridiculously selective, in which cases you're choosing to emote about.
What do you expect everyone at all points in time in the day to be like privy to every single like killing that goes on in the country at any point in time? Like not every killing is going to be like high rank, like up there with all of the news. There's just too much going on. Only some things are going to be pushed up to the top, and there's lots of things that go into it. Like maybe you think like the liberal media is pushing. There's lots of things that go into it. I don't understand this argument of, well, you didn't get mad at this one person who died that you didn't know, that you didn't see anything about, but this national news story that's literally everywhere at all points in time, you're invested in this one? Very typical. What are you talking about? Duel Links is on the books in Iowa. I personally think it's an underutilized tool in the political system. Yeah, only if like McConnell and Bernie Sanders could duke it out with rapiers on the like Senate floor. That would be kind of sick. Honestly, I'm for it.
Save it. No one cares. Now, what issues could you have with this? Well, let's backtrack. First of all, you got to understand that these guys were not out rolling the street for no reason. They were trying to catch a home invader.
No, they were trying to catch this random guy. Listen, okay? He said it himself. He tried to catch a home invader. This man walked onto a construction site, right? He walked onto a construction site. That's it. That's all he did. I don't know about you guys, but if you ever see someone walk onto a construction site, my first reaction isn't grab the freaking shotguns. Grab the guns, boys. We gotta roll out. We're not gonna like Dukes of Hazzard this. We're not gonna Dukes of Hazzard this situation and roll up on him in my posse. You know, I don't think normal human beings think like that. Maybe he does. I don't know.
A guy who had been routinely invading homes and robbing people, robbing cars, robbing houses in that neighborhood.
Now, mind you, okay? Remember what he just said. I want to play it again for you all.
Routinely invading homes and robbing people, robbing cars, robbing houses in that neighborhood.
Routinely robbing people, robbing cars, robbing households in this neighborhood. Okay, so let's look at an article here. This is by the Daily News. No burglaries were reported in the neighborhood where Ahmaud Arbery was killed, contradicting the suspect's claim. Now, no robberies or break-ins have been were reported to the police since January 1st, which is more than 7 weeks before the shooting took place on February the 23rd. Not only that, Arbery was never connected to any of the robberies or break-ins that happened before January 1st. Atheism-Is-Unstoppable is literally just making this up. He's weaving a web for his viewers to think that these disparate incidents that happened in this neighborhood is connected to this one black guy who may or may not have been in the neighborhood before, who entered a construction site and then left. Don't bring Dukes of Hazzard into this. I definitely will. The good old boys rolling up with their shotguns in a truck. Come on now. Come on. So he's literally just lying. He's lying here. He's lying. None of this. He has no clue if Arbery stole anything. The cops haven't even been able to put that together. No one knew who took those things. So once again, what does this come back to? It's most likely just profiling. It's most likely just racial profiling. But we're going to get into that. Talk more, atheism. Go ahead.
So they are acting in defense of their neighborhood, their possessions. They're being terrorized. And they finally go, oh, that looks like the freaking guy that we've been looking for. Okay, so the root of all of this is...
Go ahead. Listen, I want everybody to stop what you're doing and listen. This is the most important part.
Guy that we've been looking for.
This looks like the guy that we've been looking for.
Okay, so the root of all of this is black crime.
And there it is, boys. And there it is. He said it. I'm so glad he said it, so I won't have to put the pieces together for anybody else. He's done it. He just thinks that being black is a crime. Look at that. Look at that. Look, he's done it. He did it for me. He did my job for me. Look, it's just racial profiling. That's all this is about. It was just they said there were robberies in this neighborhood 3 months ago, and this black guy that I've never seen is just walking around. So it must be him. And so they grab their guns, hop in the truck, and chase him down the block. So apparently just living outside is, because it doesn't even matter if Arbery went onto the property or not, because when McMichael called, he didn't even report any crimes being done. Look, we can listen to the calls. Also, Feminist Games, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Hearts in chat. Hearts for Ahmaud. Listen, poor boy. I feel bad for him. I ride my bike around my neighborhood all the time. That's really disheartening. But we can listen to the calls. Because the calls really do set it up for you. Thank you so much for that, Feminist Games. The calls really do set it up for you of what happened, right? Listen. So we're not going to be watching the video, but listen to this. Okay, so there's a guy in a house. Calls 911. There's a guy in a house.
Do you have your address or the other house's address?
Right at 219 or 220 Villa Drive.
And you said someone's breaking into it right now?
No, it's all open. It's under construction, and he's running right now. There he goes right now.
So this is what he saw. He saw a guy walk onto a construction site, called the police. What crime has he committed besides just your average trespassing? Nothing. Because none of this in these calls none of these calls, does anyone who has called, connects Arbery to a felony crime, which, mind you, is what you need to do is what someone has to be doing to initiate a citizen's arrest. You can't just like start chasing people. For one, you can't just start chasing people. And two, you have to have immediate knowledge or see them commit a felony crime to detain them for a criminal, for a citizen's arrest. That's what has to happen. None of this has connected Arbery to any sort of like crime that would warrant them looking for chasing them down. For one, chasing them, that's crazy. Can you even imagine watching someone who's like actually committed a crime, right? For one, also they thought he was armed because he put his hand in his pocket. They thought he had a gun because he put his hand in his pocket. Okay. They also talked about that. Imagine going through this guy's head, thinking what this guy is thinking. So I see a person, they're black. They may or may not have done a crime. I don't know. I'm going to get him anyways. I think he has a gun. So let's chase him. Excuse me? Okay.
Okay, what is he doing?
What is he doing?
Running down the street.
Running down the street. I bet, honestly, I promise you the dispatcher probably thought this was a freaking joke. She's like, hey, we got to get someone for like clogging up the 911 lines. There's probably someone being like, like being dangled off a bridge somewhere or something. And this guy's like, what's this guy doing? Running down the street. There he goes. He's running.
Okay, that's fine. I'll get them out there. I just need to know what he was doing wrong. Was he just on the premises and not supposed to be?
And he's been caught on the camera a bunch before at night. It's kind of an ongoing thing out here. The man is still in the house. He's got heart issues. I think he's not going to finish it. So.
Okay, that's fine.
Also, there are a couple like problems with the transcript.
And you said it was a male in a black t-shirt?
Whoops. We're going to reverse it. He's parking out there. It was supposed to be he has heart issues. So once again, he's not talking about a crime, right? Besides trespassing. He's called the police because someone's walked onto a construction site, maybe a couple times. Because we don't even know. We don't even know if it was they're going to play like a video. We don't even know if it was him in those multiple instances where they thought it was. So just go through this guy's mindset. It's just wild to me. Imagine thinking you're like the law now. This guy's a retired cop and he still thinks he's the law. No matter what happens, I think he needs to be taken off the street. Like, this guy's insane.
Okay, that's fine. And you said it was a male in a black t-shirt?
A white t-shirt. Black guy, white t-shirt.
So this whole thing, not once has referenced a crime that has been committed. And Atheism-Is-Unstoppable is now pushing that being black in the neighborhood was suspicious enough for you to be detained by citizens willy-nilly.
That's the reason we're here today, folks. Anyone want to dispute that there is a black man robbing houses in that neighborhood? You don't think that's the reason everyone's alarmed?
Well, also, I will dispute that because no one knows who took that. Because what he's referencing is that there was a break-in and McMichael had a gun stolen from his car. And those were the robberies and or break-ins that were referenced 7 weeks before this encounter with Arbery, right? That's what's being referenced here. Not only that, no one has been found in connection to those break-ins or robberies. And so he has no clue who's been doing this, right? So step 1, literally racially profiling this person. Step 2, just believing some black person has been robbing this neighborhood when he has no evidence for it. If this isn't what this is like the definition of racism. What are you doing? Can you even imagine putting out this video and being like, yes, me, the arbiter of truth here. He's spinning this weird web to have all the people who watch this video lay down their racism to a nice comfy bed so they won't feel bad about it.
Guaranteed that that's true. Whether it's Ahmad, it's actually irrelevant. It probably is him. But even if he's just a guy who looks like the guys breaking into the homes, even that is an understandable reason to be suspicious of the dude. So that's why these guys decided we're going to get our guns, and the reason they got guns is because they thought that maybe the perp was armed. A very logical thing to think. But they said, let's go put him under citizen's arrest. And in the state of Georgia, you are allowed to put people under citizen's arrest. In the state of Georgia, you are allowed to own guns. You're allowed to open carry. These guys were all...
You can't just put random people under citizens. You can't just walk around with rifles and then just detain people because you feel like it. We have like law. There's language in the laws. You can't just like walk up to some random person and be like, I am putting you under a citizen's arrest. What are you talking about? Oh, 100%. Listen to this guy's logic. So robberies, we'll go through this. This is the web he's been weaving. There were robberies in this neighborhood. We saw a black guy, so we chased after him to try to detain him. Is anyone going to deny like that's just what he said? Yeah, I mean, hate crime, I'm not sure. It's definitely racially profiling because he has absolutely no clue if Arbery committed any crime whatsoever. He has no clue. You can't put him under a citizen's arrest like that.
All licensed up and totally legal. So they were engaged in a legal activity. And people come in with the bullshit of, no, you have to have seen the crime in action. They saw highly suspicious behavior. They had probable cause.
Imagine stretching the laws out this far. Can you even imagine stretching the laws out this far? Well, officer. Well, officer, I may have just gunned down someone in their home, but I did watch them pick up a knife in their house. So under the stand your ground law, under the in the castle law, I did have to snipe him from my second story window. I had to protect myself. I saw highly suspicious behavior. What are you talking about? Take this man to jail. Take him to jail. Whoa, he's crazy. My man thinks Atheism-Is-Unstoppable thinks that this guy is Batman. He thinks he's Batman, the greatest detective on earth. He saw it. He's gonna hit him with a batarang. It just got a little out of hand.
And they had prior footage of this guy, and they called the cops. So they're just trying to not have this guy get away with it again. Am I in favor?
Again, he has no clue what he's done. There's no evidence that this man stole anything.
Of this brand of community justice? No. Am I in favor of guns? No.
I don't care. He's literally trying to justify murder because he was black. That's it. That's the only thing. That's literally it. Because he has been not connected to any crime yet. He's not been connected to any crime. None of the McMichaels knew about him being connected to any crime. He was just profiled and then shot. Yeah. You aren't going to see me chasing someone down. That's a job. Oh, 100%. These people are crazy. They're insane. No one should, and I don't even care even if this didn't result in someone dying or getting hurt at all, and the police just came and then Arbery was like, let go. These people should still be put in jail. Like, we can't have gun-toting maniacs chasing down people on the street like vigilantes. They think they're Batman and Robin, just in the Batmobile hunting down people because they think they might have maybe been connected to a crime at some point 2 months ago in the past because they haven't seen them in the neighborhood before. This is not okay.
Do I think just random guys like this should be out there escalating conflict with criminals? No.
Once again, with criminals. Trespassing is not a criminal offense.
They could have done this better. They could have not stopped the car, gotten out with the shotgun. They could have just stayed.
Oh, actually, this is not. We skipped this. We skipped this part. We don't show that part.
He made a choice. He brought fast twitch muscle fiber to a gunfight.
Fast twitch muscle fiber. Now, let me talk to you all for a second, okay? The fast twitch muscle fiber meme is a meme amongst race realists. And race realists are people who believe that there are fundamental differences between people of like different skin tones. So so as you can see, Nigerian runners, they have this fast twitch muscle fiber in their legs, which makes them especially apt for running long distance races. So he's saying he brought fast twitch muscle fibers to a gunfight. He teleported onto this dude moving at supersonic speeds like the Flash, and then tried to use his like judo moves he learned in karate in his Asian gang down in Georgia to quickly disarm him and then kill them both like he's playing a battle royale game.
That's what he did. And it didn't work. What do you know? It was a terrible choice. If he had stopped, he would have been detained, and the cops would have come, they would have questioned him, they would have found that he was highly suspicious, they would have probably had a very good case against, because what was he doing? Listen to the 911 calls.
Please let's listen to the 911 calls. Okay, so what is he saying?
They would have found that he was highly suspicious.
So the cops would have come, they would have questioned him, they would have found that he was highly suspicious, that he entered a construction site and then left a construction site, and then boom, Ahmaud Arbery would have been found guilty of every robbery that has taken place in the state of Georgia for the last 18 years. He's just so mad that they weren't able to take him in alive. This perp, they could have found it all out. He's the modern day Jack the Ripper of this Georgia community, just going around robbing places apparently while not getting caught for months.
They would have probably had a very good case against, because what was he doing? Listen to the 911 call.
Yeah, what was he doing? Let's see. What was he doing?
Communications operator Smith.
Hey, I'm about to do it.
Okay.
Right there, down here, there's a guy in the house right now. It's a house under construction.
Okay, do you have your address or that house's address?
We're gonna skip over this a little bit.
Right now? What is he doing? Fine, I'll get them out there.
This video obtained by the Georgia Bureau.
He was doing.
Right, let's see. So once again, like the operator asked several times, what is he doing? What's he doing wrong? What did he do wrong? What crime is being committed? What's wrong here? And he had nothing to say. He had nothing to say because he had absolutely no clue. He just saw a black guy and just chased after him. That's it.
Oh, let me explain to the dispatcher what he was doing.
CBS's Omar Villafranca report.
Oh, please, let's let AIU explain to the dispatcher what was happening, because the dude who was literally there reporting the crime couldn't.
This video, obtained by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation from a camera about a block away from where he was shot, shows a man in a white shirt and shorts going into and around a home under construction.
So he walks into a home under construction where no one's there, mind you, where no one's there. Open, he just walks in. This is it. Guarantee all charges are dropped? I don't believe that. The prosecutor that's on the case now is pretty set on getting those convictions. I'm not gonna say it's clear cut, especially with what happened like around the truck. We're not gonna go into like what happened around the truck. Like I said, we're not gonna watch the video on stream. But this is I highly doubt that charges are gonna be dropped or anything.
The timestamp shows it happened within minutes of a 911 call reporting a burglary. 10 weeks after an armed...
Wait a minute. The black jogger? He's walking along, he stops, he thinks to himself, you know what? I think I'm just going to walk into this house. What are you doing, Ahmaud? I thought you were out for a jog. I thought you were an innocent black jogger. Are you stretching? Are you stretching out the hammies? What's going on?
Like, isn't there a whole genre on YouTube of people just walking onto like private property, like abandoned homes and construction sites? They just like walking, of people just like sitting in of people trying to sneak into like Walmarts and Targets and stay there all night. Isn't that like a whole genre or anything? That's a whole genre. Like, once again, that was a construction site. Nothing's in there. Is he gonna steal like a 2x4 or something? A couple of nails? Is that it? Oh, also, it came out later that nothing was stolen from the construction site either. He didn't even take a hammer or anything. He just walked in and left. That's it. He just walked in and left. Like, if it was him those other times, he did the other times. He just walked in and left. A house was being built across the street from me for like a couple months. Me and my friends walked in there all the time. I wanted to see what it was like. It was a cool house. Also, they don't leave anything in there. Like, what do you... Miss Dispatcher, as you can see, you didn't use your omniscience to peel through the phone to watch Ahmaud Arbery do the heinous criminal act of walking onto a construction site. Very interesting. The liberal, the liberal police dispatchers.
On here, this is highly suspect. Give me a break.
Of what?
Walks dead into the house. What are you doing? Goes around the corner, goes even further in. Oh my God.
look at him. Oh my goodness. He sounds like he's watching like a terrorist cell break into like he sounds like he's watching the surveillance videos on on like 9/11, watching the terrorists get on the plane. He's like, "Oh my goodness, there he is there. He's sneaking on the criminal, the assailant. Look at him." Imagine watching this video and like pulling your hair out and being like, "Look, why isn't he dead yet? Where's the automatic turret to gun him down? Good. What is this country coming to?"
Caught red-handed. Bare minimum, the guy's casing the joint. And knowing that there is a history in this...
Oh, like I said, we're not watching the video. Bare minimum casing the joint. Once again, not a crime.
neighborhood. And people are looking for a guy of the exact same description. I'd say...
Once again, the exact same description is a black person. That's it.
I don't know. I'm not Sherlock Holmes, but I'm kind of figuring it out. How about you?
We're going to stay on this screen for just like a little bit. I'm going to show you a little bit more, but he plays like clips of the video intermittently. And like I said, we're not going to watch it. But also here's one thing that they like to show while they're trying to justify this guy being gunned down in the street. It's like videos of some black person in the home before. Once again, not stealing anything, not like destroying anything, just in the house. Should he be in the house? No. Is that like a criminal offense? No. Does that make you suspect of robbing? No. No also. Like the cops wouldn't take you to jail for this. Also, reports are showing in like better videos, this person has like dreads. Aubrey doesn't have dreads. So it's most likely not him is what we're coming out now. But to AIU, all black people are exactly the same human being.
Track down numerous videos of what all appear to be
also, my right ear is really enjoying this right now.
October 2019. Here's a side-by-side of the final video of the site and the shooting video that happened that same day.
And he's been caught on the camera a bunch before at night. Kind of an ongoing thing out here.
Not a crime.
Okay, that's fine. And you said it was a male in a black t-shirt?
So apparently this is either the father or the guy in the other truck. He's yelling at Ahmaud to drop it. Damn it, stop, drop it.
Oh, also, like, remember when I said that the transcripts had a couple of flaws? When he screamed, when he was screaming what the transcript says, drop that, damn it, stop, drop it. He screams Travis, not drop it.
I don't know what we were all.
If you can hear it.
Stop, damn it, stop.
Here.
Travis.
Now that sounds like Travis, not drop it.
So apparently this is either the father or the guy in the other truck. He's yelling at Ahmaud to drop it. Damn it, stop, drop it.
But to AIU, anything that can be taken to justify this man being killed is a win in his book. It's an absolute win.
Almost like stop, drop, and roll. Or stop, drop, shut him down, open up shop. Oh. So
cringe.
Ahmaud, what did you do? Did Ahmaud pick something up? A stick? A rock? Sorry, E-rock? Something. Again, the myth of the innocent black jogger again rattled quite a bit.
Once again, I don't know about you guys, but if some like random people started chasing after you in a truck and trying to cut you off and being like, stop, I'm just trying to talk to you. I just want to talk to you. Stop, please stop. Just stop. I want to talk. I want to talk. And they're just like holding like massive shotguns and chasing you in a truck and trying to corner you. I think most people would be like, I got two options here. It's either run or fight. I don't know about you guys, but I'd be like, all right, well, I gotta freaking hop in the trenches, or I gotta flee, dude. I don't know. I just don't know.
Sir, hello, sir. Sir, where you at?
I ran for a mod.
People have been running for a mall.
And then here comes the part. I think that's it. No, I think that's it. Is what he's gonna play for the video. Yeah, he forgot he was retired. And you should have seen the Stefan Molyneux video on this. We're not gonna watch the Stefan Molyneux video on this because I hate Stefan Molyneux and there's no point to play him on stream. He may even be banned from Twitch, I'm not sure. But Molyneux made this guy sound like literal Batman. He was like, McMichael, he's been a law enforcement officer for decades. He knew the law in and out. He knew every facet of it. He remembered Aubrey from when he prosecuted him for violating his probation 4 years ago. He saw this guy and knew he was no good. So he hopped in the Batmobile. He grabbed his guns and he was like, I gotta stop him. This ain't happening on my watch. And he's a hero, I say. It was the cringiest thing I've heard in my entire life. Like, imagine this guy, this like fat ex-cop is Batman now and has all authority, Judge, Judy, and executioner on the beat. Wild.
On what would have been his 26th birthday.
Put a white t-shirt on, because that was the color t-shirt he wore.
It's our freedom to be able to go out and run. We shouldn't be hunted down or anything like that.
Fucking absurd.
So yeah, absurd. Now he's like going on a rant about how terrible it is for people to protest a guy being racially profiled, hunted down, and killed. It's just, listen, he just can't handle neutron style.
People are running for a mod, and it's this virtue signal, and people are running 2.23 miles. I don't know, because there's some significance with the number.
He keeps playing the video. He keeps playing the video over and over again. So I have to stay on the. Maybe it's like better for everyone because we don't have to see his. You guys don't have to suffer through seeing his disgusting, ugly, blinking kangaroo avatar in a t-shirt. Wearing his own merch. But I can't show it on stream, Marino. I hate it.
The date or something like that. And look at this virtue signaling. Look at this chick, Chelsea Flynn. I did a bit more than 2.23 today, but stopped at that mileage for a moment of silence. Hashtag I run with mod, justice for a mod. Look at her face. She's like, I did it.
Look at her face. She's just smiling into the camera. Okay. And this is the part where he just like cringes and cries at people who just think that they want to run to show solidarity with the family of a guy who was like racially profiled and killed.
Like,
remember, this is all that they care about. This is all that they care about, is that they're just mad that racial profiling isn't as cool as it used to be, like back in the day. That's all they want. That's all they care about. They're just mad at it. They don't like it. They want to protect the last things that they have in this world, which is the freedom to kill minorities when we may have suspected that they may have done a crime at some point in the past, but not now, and he's just running.
Yes, technically he was mobilizing his body using a form of dynamic action that
Cringe.
we refer to as running. He was jogging, but he was also running away from a crime scene, as in the crime.
A crime scene
That he was committing by breaking into a dude's house.
Breaking in. It's a construction site. You're not breaking in. It's trespassing. It's a misdemeanor, but that's not breaking in.
And him
Mind you, still, nothing was stolen.
jogging has nothing to do. Nothing.
I feel like I just have to say the same things over and over again because he's just lying. He's just lying. With every word he speaks, he lies. Like, we know what happened. We can, the information is out there. You could just read it. You could just read it, and everything that he says has been quantifiably debunked by just the evidence that has come out. It's wild to me.
Whatsoever to do with the fact that he lunged and punched a man with a gun. Never do that. Never attack a man with a gun.
Also, remember how he said he has those fast twitch, muscle fibers. He was like the Flash. He was the Black Flash. We had no clue before the good old boys hopped out of their car with guns to detain a person who's been not suspect of committing a single crime, to corner him and try to hold him captive. He dashed onto him and proceeded to use his judo moves to disarm him, but it failed. Because his hands were slippery, because his palms were sweaty, because he was busy committing a crime like a French Louvre thief, like trying to steal the Mona Lisa or something, by walking onto a construction site and taking literally nothing.